Hey everybody, Asher here, and it is time for Into the Breach, Subset Games' latest release. It just came out today, and I'm very excited. This is a game that I've been looking forward to pretty much as long as I've heard about it. For those of you who are familiar with the channel, you'll know that I played FTL Faster Than Light. Actually, it's the first game I ever put on YouTube. So I have a lot of love for Subset, and I know there's a lot of people that are waiting for kind of a sequel, even though Advanced Edition was practically a sequel to FTL. But I think this is a game that really goes to show that sometimes you want developers, good minds, not just to be working on the same IP again and again. Into the Breach is a strategy game that really turns the whole genre on its head, and it shows that the developers know what they're doing and have some very creative ideas. And it's been a lot of fun so far. We're going to go ahead and do a new game, new profile, and let's just go ahead and dive right into this. It's like I said, there's a lot to talk about, there's a lot to see. I have left tutorials on so that we can go over some of the stuff together, mainly to help build your knowledge. But let's get started. Humanity destroyed. Vec threat unstoppable. Mission failed. I'm sorry, I'm not talking like a robot very much. Ralph says open a breach. Time to go back and try again. And that's what you need to know about the game. We're fighting these bad things called Vec. We have a time-traveling warrior named Ralph Carlson, and he gets to go back in time and try and take on the enemies with his Riftwalker friends. There's a combat mech, a cannon mech, an artillery mech. We'll talk about what all of those things mean in just a little bit, but we're going to just dive in and start, because there's a few systems just kind of going to, but see, we're just plopping down into the world here. So this is a game that's all about time traveling and fighting this unstoppable force. But we, excuse me, we have 4 islands that we can actually go to. But right now, since this is a fresh save, we only have the 1. So you can actually win the game by beating up to 4 islands and going in there. So there's a lot of kind of choices you can make. But let's start with Archive Inc. The Museum Island recreates old Earth as it was before the oceans rose and nearly wiped out humanity, because we know that's a happy game. So Dewey Alms is the person there. We see our basic enemies, and here is our introduction. Archive Inc. head office. The bad news is the Vec are overrunning our island, putting refugees and historical artifacts at risk. The good news is we have old Earth military artifacts that can help them in the fight. Oh, thanks. That's a very nice. Look at that globe that's full of water, by the way. So there is a combat simulation that we can do to get up to speed with the mechanized combat. I'm going to decline it. I'll just talk about it as we go. Although I will warn you, there will be mistakes. Feel free to laugh at me in the comments. It's fine. Or tell me other plays I could have done. That's great. So damage power grid. I know, we're learning all together some of this. So damage power grid. This is your life bar. You run out of power, your run's over. You got to go back in time. Mission rewards, different kinds of things that you can get from missions. You'll see the icons there. Power cores to upgrade your max grid power, in other words, life. Or corp reputation to buy stuff at the end of the run. Missions with potential rewards, more rewards, have additional dangers. Of course they do. So there's 2 places we can go to start with. The renovation complex, where we can defend a train, or we can go to the Antiquity Row, where we can defend artillery support and protect a coal plant. I think we'll go to Antiquity Row first. How this map works is that you kind of move across the island to unlock places, but our technicians recently got an older artillery back up and running. Please make sure it survives the fight, which is interesting because we have our artillery right here. So we have this mechanized combat and all that, but no, we're relying on old Earth stuff. That's how desperate times have gotten. So you can see where the enemies are going to be popping out. And look, we have 1 flying unit, a Hornet, 2 Scorpions, and we have our coal plant over here. We have our old artillery right here. So how do we want to do this? I think we want to put our combat mech with its punching fist right here. We want to put our cannon mech probably a little bit to the side just to flush them out. We're going to put our artillery mech back here. So confirm. Yeah, look, the Riftwalkers. They're here. So people know who we are, which is great. And you can see kind of how the strategy for this game plays out. It's very interesting, at least to me, because the enemies will show you what they're doing. You can even look at the turnover here. We have emerging enemies, so we know where they're going to come from next turn as well. So this is not like an XCOM style game where you have to just rely on the roll of the dice or everything. Everything is deliberate that you do is deliberate. It can totally happen. But you just gotta, well, how do I put it? You've really gotta just watch yourself. I don't even know if that makes sense. That probably didn't make sense, I'm sorry. I'm just excited. So right now, we do not have anybody attacking this. I think I'm only being webbed by 1 person. So as fun as it would be to use my artillery, which if we look at this little tooltip, you can see it can hit one thing and spread other things around. The problem is that if first off, the problem is that I can only artillery in a straight line. So I can't even artillery there, so let's stop that for a second. But you can also punch things and hit them into stuff. The only problem is that if we hit it into a house, then we lose life, and that's not good. We want to avoid that. Right now our houses are not in danger, so we can do the following. If we move this guy around, I would just want to move in a position where I'm not going to get hit. That would be ideal. But I want to do it in a way where, like for instance, I'm probably going to need to push him over here. And we have our artillery that can actually do a little bit of chip damage too. So 3 life, 2 life, and not attacking, just sitting there hanging out in the tree, so maybe it's not really threatening. We have our artillery as well, and this one, underpowered compared to modern artillery, but still useful. And right here, it can only do so much, but maybe we can set up a good turn for the artillery here in a little bit. Like, it barely moves. It really barely moves. Alright. So, enough talking. I kind of want to just move up a little closer. I'd love to be able to block one of these places, but I can't even reach it. So if we go right here, and maybe going a little forward, and then we push you back, because every time we hit it pushes back. Oh, he is getting double webbed. Oh, that's fun. Alright, then I think I definitely know what we're doing here. Because if we look at the attack order, this guy's gonna attack first. Unfortunately, I can't show off the thing where, like, when I take an action, this guy's gonna die no matter what. So if I punch him, it doesn't really matter. Of course, if I can kill anything with the artillery right now, so if we go like this, it's gonna set the trees on fire as well. But you can see we have just like a little bit of a spread, but we can't do it immediately adjacent to us. So burning forest, the forest in this tile turned into fire. If unit stands in fire, it will ignite and take damage every turn. So fire damage is actually going to kill that guy before this guy hits him. So that's a plus. Pretty much we've already done what we needed on this turn. So can we get you in a slightly better position to do something in the future? Maybe right here, I guess, because we have these guys that are emerging. And then Ralph. You know what? As fun as it would be, you've been webbed. Let's just punch you out. I mean, it's like, I want you to do something in turn. So, action available. You still have people that can act. Well, we can't really do anything other than push our people back, which I don't really want to do, so we'll skip it. Enemy activity, so he attacks the air. That's one thing, is that these guys are very predictable. They will do their actions even if you move them. So he's webbing me again. Thanks, Scorpion. Oh, I was hoping for you guys to kind of stay in line. Oh, well, thank you. Picking up quakes, the beggar digging their way to the surface. Okay, so we can push you over no problem. One of the better moves is that we can take our artillery and knock out both of these guys. The problem is that doesn't give us a lot of experience. But, I mean, at the end of the day, what can we really do about that? So let's go ahead and make the obvious move. We can shove this guy around. I could potentially punch him, but I really want to be able to punch this guy too. I think that's what we're going to need to do. But let's start right there. So see, we can hit our own buildings, and that's not good. We would actually take 2 power grid damage. Instead, we just killed 2 guys, so everyone else gets experience for that. That's good. And you want to keep your people alive because the experience is useful, even if Mr. Carlson's the only one of our named individuals. So do I punch you out and then cannon fire artillery? No, I don't even need artillery. Well, let's see. If we move you up here. Yeah. Alright, what I'm going to do is a little bit just different concepts, because what we do is if we push you back, he's going to take damage from the Vex spawning and block the spawn, and he should die. Meanwhile, if we just go ahead and punch you, you die, and we'll put you in an even better position. Not a terrible turn. I mean, I could have actually killed him right now and gotten experience, but... And maybe that's the better move, but I just kind of want to show this concept. So, emerging, blocked, and broken. Oh, they got me locked down, Commander, trying to break free, so that's fun. We have 2 more turns. If we can get through these turns, we win. So we have 4 people emerging. And who kind of needs experience right now? You really don't. We can kind of knock you back. I don't really want to do anything to hurt the artillery too much. So we may just take it to where he has to move. Alright, so let's try and go for the most bonus here. Can I actually artillery next to me? No, I can't. Alright. So you die. We'll block one of the spawns. So this guy's not going to be able to go around us unless he goes around the tree. And then artillery is probably going to be good. Since our objective is to protect it, we want to move it back. Good enough for me. I do like keeping that warning up there. So you do take 1 damage for all these emerging guys. Damaged mechs can automatically repair after a battle, but it's reduced to 0 health, you lose your pilot, and that's fun. So this is threatened. That's threatened. That's threatened. So nobody's trying to web me, everyone's trying to attack. Alright, so you're at 3 health. And pretty much whatever we do, as long as all we have to do to win is to just move our people out of the way. So that's pretty good. But I think we can go for a little more than that. Like, I want to be able to get this mech a level. So let's go here. Fire in the hole. Let's go. Okay, let's not do that yet. Only reason I'm saying we should watch out for other stuff is that I want to be able to shoot him. I want to be able to hit him. But if I punch right now, it'll bump into this guy and hurt him. So. And I know there's a bunch of hotkeys I could be using for this. I had the same relationship with FTL. I'll just have to learn them in time. So that guy is going to fire and literally hit nothing. Well, I'm going to fire and kill you, so 3 more experience there. What fun! And did you fire? Whee! You don't get any experience for heading, you only get experience for kills. But QQ and victory! 3 cheers to the Riftwalkers. Perfect victory! Did you see that? So no buildings got hurt. Not what happened the first time I played this mission before starting. Not this mission, but before. I played a little bit on my own just to make sure the audio volume worked, and it didn't go nearly this well. So I'm glad I got that crap out of the way. So defend the artillery support, protect the coal plant, and then we get bonus experience for everything. 1,000 civilians protected. That's kind of your score, I guess. So next place, we can defend a train. We can defend the tanks. We can protect the emergency batteries. I think we're going to go for the train mission. I could go for up here. I don't really need the extra power right now, but I'd like a little more reputation. So train, tanks, we'll probably end up doing both. So Old Horse here is the only diesel train left on the planet. Oh boy, so we're in like Thomas the Train, whatever we call it. This isn't at the bottom of the ocean anyway, or that isn't at the bottom of the ocean anyway. He's still going strong, carrying vital supplies across the island. So we gotta defend the train before the mech destroy it. Oh god, there's so many things from having children that I could just talk about with stupid train references. But we're not going to do that. We are going to defend our train. We'll put you here, we'll put you here. These buildings are a little awkwardly placed because it's going to limit my firing options. So I'm going to put you over here. Because once again, these guys can only fire in a straight line. We're saved! The Riftwalkers are here, finally. Okay, got something on sensors falling fast. Here's another thing that happens in the game. We get time pods. We want to secure that pod. So the pod contains equipment from the future because we're not the only ones time traveling. You can collect it with your mech or you can just defend it until the end of battle. So that's a thing. And you guys are all going to fire. Our luck's run out, says these people. So right now you're not doing a lot. I can probably move you here. I do have some moves I can play with, and we do have the train right here that we don't want to block. So right now what I'm thinking is shooting in the middle with the artillery to move these people out of the way. That'll block one of the spawns. I can punch this guy out. So let's secure the pod. Now it's very important that I do this correctly, because if I shoot right now, I will also move my mech back. So it's very important I punch first, And see, it's not going to make too much of a difference because he's already going to be moved back one way or the other. But I had to clear the space first. So we can potentially still kill this guy. Maybe? I think I might be able to move my tank and get a point-blank shot. Let's find out. For science. So you guys are all going to move around. One thing I forgot to do in playing this a little bit before was to check my work and make sure that I wasn't going to have like building shot when I actually move people around. It's fun to have to think about things. So unfortunately I can't block that spawn, but he'll take a damage from blocking the spawn. More importantly, you die, you get experience. So basic pew pew power. Solid first turn. So hits nothing. Also hits nothing. And here comes the train. Hope they kill each other. That's pleasant. So this train's threatened. If this train gets hit, it's a problem. So you see all the stuff that's going on right now? If the train hits us, the train dies. So we do not want that. We really don't want anything that's happening right now here. So our biggest goal is to move this guy around, but we cannot move the artillery here. So if I move you, the train's gonna get hit. Huh. I could probably soak some damage here. And then the problem is I really want to be able to punch this guy out, and right now I'm not punching him into much of anything. So if I move you down here, because right now this guy's attacking up, so I've got to be able to hit him somehow. Huh. Little puzzles. That's what really this game is at the end of the day. It's a puzzle. And I want to protect this train, which right now that's the highest priority, getting hit. So we don't got to worry as much about this guy. We just want to move this guy out of the way, which means we need to probably move him back here, push here, move him over here, because who's going to move first? Train moves last. So this guy's going to go first. So as long as we get him hitting nothing, that's good. Alright, so I think I know the play here. We want to punch this guy out. We want to move you over here. And we want to artillery you up here so that we can skillfully miss the train. In fact, I can actually block a spawn too. So let's make it even better for us. So you're gone. More experience for Ralphie. You're here. So now he's going to attack that blank space, and then we have over here. See, all problems are solvable. You just have to take the time to think about. More importantly is that I don't think that's going to hurt the train. Let's find out. No, we're good. Okay, so the train lives. More importantly, you still tank some damage, but that's okay. And we should be good. The most important thing is that I can take some hits, I just do not want these guys to get, the buildings to get hit. So our train's almost through. We got a few more guys coming up. Okay, so we got 1 civilian alert, 2 civilian alerts, 2 people going after me. Huh. So let's see. If I artillery the train, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. But I can push him aside. It's not going to hurt him, but I can push him all the way over here. If I artillery here, like I said, I don't think that's going to hit the train. I can punch you out. I don't even have to worry about you. So let's do that. Oh, even better. So that's 1 extra damage. Turn order's fun. I feel like I'm getting my 2nd win. So he got a promotion. Hooray. Pushing objects. Pushing into objects deals 1 damage to both of them. So we'll see if the artillery has anything to say about this here. So I still should be able to save everybody if I blink here. Then move up here. Okay. Click to dismiss. Let's go for the full move here. Let's undo that move. We can also reset the turn, but let's not do that. And then just fire away. So this guy lives, but more importantly, the train lives. End turn. And bye-bye train. We'll get them all next time. Those fleeing back won't get far. So the Riftwalker saves us. The train is alright. What do people say don't do any missions with the train? I see some streamers say that, and it's like, oh, I'm playing on normal. Yeah, we'll get to hard eventually. I just kind of want to show the ropes with this first. So Old Horse made it to his destination without a scratch himself. With most of our past owners, it's a great day where we can protect our history from the Vex. So we have a promotion. We have a pod. Inside the pod, there's just a reactor core. Still, that's important. And we have one mech movement is increased by 1. And Corp reputation is you get these, you will pretty much, you can spend these at the end, and it's your money. So we have a reactor core. Now you can use your reactor core, open the mech's upgrade screen, and we can install. So it requires 1 additional power. And we are going to be very power hungry in a little bit. I think the one thing I want to do right now is install here. We can modify our weapons. We can introduce dash here. Charge any distance before punching the target. That's actually pretty useful. Increased damage is nice, but I think number one thing is going to be just a move. Just additional movement for him is good. Alright, so Relic Preserves or Exhibits Archive. Probably got time for one more mission here. Kill at least 7 enemies, protect the power generator air support, or defend the tanks. I want to show air support. Let's do air support. Okay, so this region is an old airfield that can provide air support. We're new at actually flying these planes, so let's hope for the best. Oh, humanity, don't change. Alright, so environmental effect. This mission has a special effect which will happen every turn. Mouse over it to see air support, which means bombs will be dropped on the marked spaces, killing any unit. Any unit. That means our units too. So punches right here. And I kind of like having my artilleries over here, so that gives them more room. So, oh, they've come. Boom, look, the mechs. So cut off the Vex escape routes. They'll wipe them out one by one. So should be a fairly straightforward turn. So Vex Scion. The enemy Scion provides a passive bonus to all the Vex. If we look on it and see what this bonus is, excuse me, its bonus is all other Vex receive +1 HP as long as the Scion's alive. So you can see +3 instead of +2. So we have a power generator over here. We'll get a bonus if we defend it. This guy's just trying to punch me out right now, so we'll go over here and punch him. Simple enough. We have our air support marker right here. So this guy's already marked for death. You can see the environment happens after fire damage before enemy actions. What that means is that I can actually punch this guy over here with my tank, and he'll be dead too. We can just join the party. So pretty good. Wait, what? Oh, I thought it said damage. Okay, he's sitting in the trees. I'm not sure if the trees really do anything. Why don't we check the tooltips? On force, tile will light fire when damaged, posing great risk to the unit. Massive units can walk in water, but water still prevents them from shooting. We haven't been able to use the water yet, but let's see what the air support does. Ready? End turn. So great. Air support. Boom. They're dead. So here comes our next air support. You're not very smart, but you're also webbing me, so that's lovely. So I can try and knock him off. Unfortunately, I'm going to move him from the air support, but I could potentially just kill him. I mean, that's not bad. We want to kill all the things. So if webbed, I don't know if I'm going to be able to move and actually hit this. But the important thing is I'm going to take the tank and just kind of shoot him over here. I got to get my guys out of the air support range too. So there might be a way to knock this guy up. I'm not seeing it. Alright. So that probably puts us in better. Air support's going to come first. So let's see here. You don't die yet. I can kill you. Alright, so this is going to get a little crowded. So I can push him up. The important thing is that I want to get as many kills as I can. So if I push you down here, you're still going to attack that building, but the environment stuff comes first. And then we have our artillery. That would actually... Oh, wow, that's like a triple kill. I know it hurts my guy by 1, but... We could do that, or we can do this and just kill the 2 Vec, and that saves us the trouble with the air support. Oh, look, there's a way we can do it. You need to show me how you did that. Yes, Maxim. That's fine. I didn't even introduce my crowd. That's Nicola Ferry, Maxim Kirby, and then Ralph Carlson. So, pushing objects tooltip. By the way, if you push things into each other, it takes damage, including buildings. Fun. Air support. Look, you're going to set these forests on fire. Think of the trees. Okay. Victory in how many turns? Okay, so they're just coming to the same spot. Damn webs. Damn webs, the sequel. Alright. So I can kill this guy. That guy should die to air support. Alright, so if I knock you back... Because we want to knock you over here. The problem is that if I do that, this city's going to get hit. So I don't know if there's a great way for me to save the city. Unless I can push all these guys around. Huh. Well, we may be taking some city damage. I'm sorry, I just want to think about this for a minute. I know the clock's ticking on video time. So if I push you down here, that stops 1 webbing. Okay, so if I push you down here with the tank, you're going to hit this guy. But then I can spread kind of everything around. Because if I hit the artillery, that'll push this guy over here if I shoot the artillery right there. So that saves the power plant, and I can put this mech on the block. Seems like a plan. Plus we have all the fire in the world. So let's go down here. Yeah, it kind of stinks that I'm going to be... Well, I don't have to put him in the fire. I just don't really want to put him in the air support. Okay, so I'm going to take one... I'm going to just take 1 damage. Let's see here. Okay, I guess we're going to play a game called Does This Move... Does this unweb me? It does. Okay. Alright, so right now you're only attacking adjacent. But if we put you here and we punch you, then we block this spawn. Alright. Seems like a decent enough turn. Unfortunately, we couldn't get them into air support, but more important thing is that we have some softened up units for next time. Okay, so our artillery's in the front line right now. That's not what I meant to have happen. But see, the Vec will mindlessly attack each other, which is interesting, but that's just the name of the game. Okay, so it's got me. We're out of luck. Damn, that web's locking my servos, so oh no, you're dead. So I can kill this guy right now. I think. Yeah, I can hit him. Oh, wrong button. Alright. We don't necessarily want to do that yet. Because we have 1 more turn to have to live. At least 2 of these guys are going to die. So let's see. I want to stay out of air support. I can kill him and push him into air support and kill him. Fairly straightforward, right? So that's 1. 2 by air. So yeah, definitely don't want to stand in the fire and die. Who knew? Games where you can't stand in the fire would be ones that I'd be a fan of. Alright, and Falcon Punch. Because we want the experience at the end of the day. So alright, who's next in turn? Air support. And you're dead. Alright, so that's experience split by. We won this battle, but the war continues. So, another victory! Region secured. So guess what? We're going to do this again in a little bit. This is Asher. Thanks for watching. This is Into the Breach. It's a lot of fun, and we're going to be seeing a lot more of this. Feel free to check it out on Steam. It's $15. Very, very much worth it. Glad to be doing this. Thanks, Subset Games, for putting your heart and soul into putting out the kind of game you want to. It shows. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.